welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're tackling a super common, but man, incredibly frustrating scenario. You're doing all the right things with your money. You're disciplined, you're responsible, but somehow you still feel like you're falling behind in the wealth building game.
Picture this. You're responsibly saving money every single month. $100 here, $200 there. You're feeling, pretty financially mature. But then, you open up your banking app. You see 10 grand sitting there, earning a measly 0.5% interest. That's like, $50 after a whole year? And suddenly, it hits you, and you ask yourself this exact question. Wait, am I doing this wrong?
Well, you're definitely not alone there. To help you cross that chasm from just being a saver to becoming a confident investor, we're going to follow a clear roadmap today. 1. The savings illusion. 2. The math behind wealth. 3. Overcoming the fear. 4. The 5-step path. And finally, 5. Stability versus freedom.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the savings illusion.
So, this savings illusion trips so many of us up, mostly because saving money is universally praised as a good thing. And it is. Saving is absolutely a crucial first step, right? Because its job is to protect your money. But investments serve a totally different and honestly equally vital job. Their purpose is to actively grow your money. You literally cannot expect a shield to do the job of an engine.
Moving on to Section 2, the math behind wealth.
To truly understand the difference between protecting and growing, we got to look at the numbers. And the immediate mathematical difference is just staggering. Say you stash 10 grand in a standard savings account at a 1% interest rate. You'll earn a modest $100 after a year. You've got $10,100. Okay, not bad. But if you look at the historical averages of the S&P 500, which hovers around 10%, that exact same $10,000 would return $1,000 in growth, bringing you to $11,000.
Now, I know, a $900 difference after 1 year might not seem like a totally life-changing amount, but this beautifully illustrates the magic of compounding over time. Fast forward 20 years, your savings at 1%, it grows to about $12,200. But that invested money, compounding at 10%? No way. It skyrockets to roughly $67,000. It's literally the exact same starting money, yielding completely different outcomes. The biggest wealth gap out there isn't actually between savers and spenders. It's between savers and investors.
Which brings us to Section 3, overcoming the fear.
Seeing that massive gap, the natural question is, why doesn't everybody just make the transition? The problem isn't the math. We all know 67 grand is way better than 12 grand. The true barrier is psychology. A savings account feels so safe because you know it won't randomly drop 5% on a Tuesday afternoon. Investments, on the other hand, bounce up and down. And that emotional volatility, it completely scares people away from the very tool that actually builds wealth.
All right, let's get into Section 4, the 5-step path.
Because those fears of losing your hard-earned cash are completely valid, going from saving to investing shouldn't just happen overnight. It has to happen in stages. Following this exact 5-step path is absolutely crucial. It lets you confidently start investing without ever feeling overwhelmed or, risking your basic financial security. Let's walk through these steps together.
Okay, before you invest a single dollar in the market, step 1 is building a real emergency fund. You need to have 3 to 6 months of living expenses safely tucked away in cash. Now, to be clear, this is not investment money. This is specifically for unexpected life emergencies, like a sudden job loss, a crazy medical bill, or, your car breaking down. Why? Because the biggest reason people panic sell their investments at a loss is simply because they need the cash too soon. Your emergency fund basically protects your investments from real life.
For step 2, you've got to mentally separate your money into 2 distinct buckets. Bucket 1 is your safety money. That's the emergency fund we just talked about. It just stays still. Bucket 2 is your growth money. Because you know your safety money is totally locked down, you can mentally give yourself permission to let your growth money fluctuate. Just understanding this distinction is a total game changer for reducing investing anxiety.
Moving right along to step 3, we get to shatter a massive myth here. You absolutely do not need thousands of dollars to begin. You can start small, literally $50 or $100 on a brokerage platform. The goal right now isn't to make massive profits. The goal is just to build the investing habit. Believe me, consistent habits matter way more than trying to perfectly time the market.
Step 4 is where beginners often take a wrong turn, but we're going to keep it super clean and focused. It's all about sticking to simple investments. You want to avoid the complicated stuff, day trading, options, or super risky crypto speculation. Instead, look at index funds. These funds track the overall stock market, which lets you effortlessly invest in hundreds of companies all at once. It gives you immediate diversification, lowers your risk, and focuses strictly on long-term growth.
Honestly, simple, boring strategies actually outperform the complicated ones so often that legendary investor Warren Buffett consistently recommends low-cost index funds for the average person. You really don't need a Wall Street background for this. You just need to trust a proven, straightforward approach.
Let's actually look at this consistent, simple investing in action. Imagine you invest $300 a month into the stock market. Assuming a relatively conservative historical average of an 8% return for 25 years, your final account balance balloons to roughly $285,000. But here's the real kicker. The most important part is that middle number. You only actually contributed $90,000 of your own money over those 2.5 decades.
That means an unbelievable $195,000 comes purely from investment growth. That massive chunk of change is the exact definition of compounding working in your favor. It's your money literally going to work to make more money day in and day out.
Finally, step 5 requires discipline. Look, it's going to feel uncomfortable at first, especially when the news gets all dramatic. But here's the secret. Market crashes are entirely normal. They've happened dozens of times. True investors don't panic. They think in decades, not days. They realize that when the market drops, their consistent monthly investments are really just buying more shares at a major discount, and that leads to even stronger returns when things inevitably bounce back.
All right, let's wrap things up with Section 5, Stability versus Freedom.
Think about it like this. Saving your money is exactly like safely storing seeds in a glass jar. Sure, you're protecting them from the elements, but absolutely nothing is ever going to grow in a glass jar. Investing, on the other hand, is like taking those seeds and actually planting them in the dirt. At first, it looks messy, right? You don't see results right away. But over time, through discipline and patience, it eventually grows into something massive. The absolute most powerful truth you can take away from this explainer is understanding this duality. Saving your money gives you stability, but investing gives you freedom. It's the combination of these two forces, the stability of savings acting as your shield and the freedom of investing acting as your engine, that creates a truly unstoppable financial future.
So, keeping this powerful 5-step path in mind, I want you to take a hard look at your own accounts today and ask yourself a really crucial question. Are you just storing your seeds in a glass jar, or are you finally ready to plant them?